What up, my name is Brad. Welcome back to Pokemon Discussions. Today, this hour, basically, we're discussing Mega Evolution, Dynamax, and Z-Moves coming up potentially in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Now, there is Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Alright, YouTube, I gotta say the names for the SEO. I understand. Basically, this is all speculation. Every single bit of this is speculation. None of this is fact, none of this is even close to being confirmed, and don't take any of it as if it is confirmed. This is discussing what I want to see, what I like, or what I think we'll see, and more than likely what we're gonna see, just based upon previous games, whatever else. We're just gonna kind of discuss everything. So let's start out with sadly the least likely. Mega Evolution. Now, Mega Evolution is a weird thing in the Pokemon community. Because before I really got involved on YouTube or did anything like that or talked to other people who play this game, right? Because I didn't really talk to people who played Pokemon when I was younger. Like, after the age of, 12, pretty much everybody fell off and I just kind of kept liking Pokemon. And then I turned into that weird, like in high school and you're like, I don't like Pokemon, what are you talking about? And I go home and play Black and White. Yeah, I went through that, so don't worry, it happens. Mega Evolution for me was one of the best things because it just made old Pokemon relevant. That's what I liked the most about it. Was that it was like Pokemon that it was like Pidgeot. Did I like Pidgeot? Yeah, nostalgia. I was born in 1993. I played Red and Blue. I played Gold and Silver all the way through. Super dope. Loved Pidgeot when I was a kid. Great in the anime. But he was terrible in the game. And then boom, we got a Mega Evolution. It was sick. Super amazing, right? I've always been a fan of it. It's just a cool concept. When it comes to, I don't think any of us knew when Mega Evolution came out that they were going to start doing this every generation would have its own mechanic. So how we had Mega Evolution, we had Z-Move, now we have Dynamax, Gigantamax. I don't think people knew that was going to be a thing. Which I wouldn't expect Pokemon Company to come out and say, hey, we're going to cut these after this generation. Hey, hopefully don't like it that much. It's going to be gone next generation. Mega Evolution was there in Gen 7, though. So that's what's weird about it. It was there, not there, right? That's what's weird about being gone in Sword and Shield. Because you would think they would just keep it around. I understand there's more models and stuff like that. And you could talk about game balancing. Because then you're talking about Z moves, and you're talking about Megas, and you're talking about Dynamax. All these things to prep for, but I don't know, man. Maybe just make it out of competitive. No, but see, you want it in competitive. I get the game balancing aspect of not balancing all these things. It was just weird that it was in Sun and Moon and that, but Megas and Dynamax and stuff like that, they have their own little thing that they do. So when you Mega Evolve, you get an extra 100 base stat total. It might be distributed all to your speed, or Beedrill gets most of it in his attack and his speed, which makes Beedrill actually viable at that point. Slowbro gets a bunch of defenses, all that kind of stuff, right? A bunch of HP. It's just 100 points distributed. Dynamax just doubles your max HP. But not your normal stats. So you still take the same amount of damage, you just have more HP. Plus it breaks whatever item, so if you have a choice band, you can break that. And then Z moves essentially are just, they're not OHKO moves, but they're the closest thing we're ever going to get to an OHKO move, minus Guillotine and stuff like that, right? Where you can just, it's a reliable, hey, I'm going to hit you really hard real quick, you mind? And if they don't predict right, it's going to suck. And they've all, minus Mega Evolution, because that's still blocked. All their attacks are blocked by Protect, but nowadays that goes through Protect. With Z-Moves went through that. I mean, it still take 25%. Dynamax goes through it. I believe you still take 50%. I haven't played too much Sword and Shield competitive, to be 100% honest. Either way, I don't think we'll see Megas. And that's just strictly based on, it just kind of feels like they're just poof. But who knows? Do I want to see Megas? Heck yeah, I want to see Megas. Absolutely. I want to see Megas more than I want to see Dynamax. And I don't dislike Dynamax at all. I think it's fine. It's an okay game mechanic. It ties into the story. It's kind of cool. It wasn't done in the best way. The way they scale their models and stuff, but that's a whole separate concept for a different video, right? Mega Evolutions, I put that as the least likely that we will see, personally. We'll get into the mid-tier. Z-Moves. Now, see, Z-Moves left in Sword and Shield as well. They moved to just straight Dynamax, left Z-Moves and Megas behind. I'm okay with that, but there's a couple different reasons why I'm okay that they left. Z moves in the past. And I'm okay if they don't come back in Diamond and Pearl. Not going to really affect me at all. The animations. Now, I'm assuming... I know a lot of people get on the animations. I understand. Boy, have I seen enough videos about the animations in Sword and Shield. I get you. But I'm assuming with the Switch, they would have better animations. I can't go back to watching Xerneas literally move like this. And they just shake the model while it flies up into the air. I can't go back to that. It's just not me. I can't do it. So, if it changed, it looked different, I'd be okay with Z moves, but at the same time, I'm 100% fine leaving them in the dust. And I don't think they're coming back, because they tie to Alola specifically. And that's the one thing we'll talk about Dynamax when we get there as well. Very similar type thing, but Alola is a whole separate thing. But see, then I don't know, because then you see the trailer for Pokemon Legends Arceus, and there's a Rowlet, and you're like, wait, who went to this tropical island, got this little owl, and they were like, let's bring him up to the mountains real quick. In like ancient times. I don't know. Maybe Pokemon just throws all that kind of logic out there, and it's just fun for that generation to be like, hey, we got our own thing. We breakdance with our Pokemon, and they use really strong moves. All right. Whatever, you know. Maybe it doesn't actually beat anything. Maybe they'll bring it back. It's totally possible. The way that I see all these different mechanics coming back is a game like Pokemon Legends Arceus, where then you can see all this type of stuff. I think Arceus is going to be kind of a test phase, though. I don't think we should expect too much from Pokemon Legends Arceus. I really don't, because you expect too much of it, and it's just going to be, you know, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I wouldn't expect too much from that, because it's going to be very, very, hey, we're trying something new, something very new for Pokemon, and it might take a generation or two to really work out the kinks. That's probably something we should prep for. At least in my opinion, I'm going to prep for that. And if it's super dope and they nail it out of the park, fantastic. I'll take my W then. Either way, it's a win-win. Going with no expectations and you won't be disappointed. So Z moves, I can see it, but I don't think we're going to see it, personally. I don't see it happening, at least in my opinion. Now, we'll get to the most likely, but also a weird contention point at the same time. Gigantamax, terrible picture. I know, I cropped it the last second. It looks really good in my opinion, so we're just going to leave that picture. Gets the point across, though. Dynamax. Now, Dynamax is obviously Gen 9's quirk, mechanic, whatever you want to call it, where how we had Z moves, how we had Mega Evolutions for Gen 6, whatever else. That's Dynamax now. And now Dynamax ties into the Legendary, which, yeah, okay, so Mega Evolution kind of ties into it as well. You know, AZ making the machine that then gave Pokemon the ability to Mega Evolve, yada yada yada, split the timeline in half. All that stuff, Z moves being powered up by their trainer, but also, is it energy from Necrozma? I don't know enough Pokemon Sun and Moon lore to really discuss that, if it is or not. If it is, make a lot of sense. So, the only thing when it comes down to this is Eternatus gives the energy for Dynamaxing, right? So, like, when Eternatus crashed or whatever, that's why all the caverns down below Galar, specifically Galar, allow you to Dynamax. That's why you face those raids, because you go down there and those Pokemon have all that energy from Eternatus. That's what that is. So I don't know how they're going to tie that in, if they're even going to try to tie that in. I don't think we're going to move... I don't think mid-generation we're going to shift to a new mechanic. I can't see that, personally. I guess it's not, like, completely out of the ballpark, right? It is totally possible that they shift to something new, but we've never seen it. But at the same time, and we just got a straight up like open world Pokemon game announced for like a year from now. Nothing's out of reach nowadays, so to speak. They totally could just say, hey, we're changing it up, we're going to do something else, or they bring back all three, and then we start a whole new trend of Pokemon games with Arceus, depending on how well that does and whatever else. That'd be pretty cool, though. I would like to see just kind of everything come back. Like I said in the previous video, I want to see where you throw your Pokeball out and all the sparkles shine and stuff. I want to see that come back. I wouldn't mind contests coming back. Just give us everything. I don't think they will, but just give us everything. I wouldn't complain about it. So yeah, I would see Dynamax being the most likely, unless you know, because it ties to Eternatus. So that's the one thing that really kind of puts a fork in that real quick, is that it ties to Eternatus, and it's like, well, Eternatus is in Galar, and Galar is supposedly the only place that can have this Dynamax stuff. Time will only tell. I would personally, in my grandest of wisdom, it's like none there, I would say Z-moves and Megas are probably not coming back. But I'll take Megas. Heck, I'll take Z-moves. Just don't only give me Z-moves or something. I'll be like, hey, we got rid of Dynamax and Megas, and here's Z-moves. Don't do that. I don't want that. Like, but I'll take it. They'll come back as a bunch. I'm in. Give us a new mechanic. I'm in. Why not? Either way, what are you guys' thoughts? These are discussion videos. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Down below, make sure you leave me a comment. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more Pokemon discussion videos, and I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for watching. Deuces.